You want to know what mental toughness really looks like? Forget the usual motivational quotes, forget the fluff and the cliches. I'm talking about a mindset so hardcore that it crushes excuses, smashes pain, and makes you unstoppable no matter what life throws at you. Today, we're diving deep into David Goggins' insane story and the brutal lessons from his book Can't Hurt Me, a raw, no BS blueprint for turning your mind into an unbreakable weapon. If you've ever felt like quitting, like life's beating you down, or that you just don't have what it takes to push through, this video is for you. Because Goggins shows us all that the only limits that exist are the ones we accept, and how to shatter them. Let's get real right now. David Goggins wasn't born a superhero. The guy grew up in a tough, abusive home, was overweight as a kid, bullied relentlessly, and wrestled with self-doubt and trauma like so many of us. But what he did next? That's what makes his story legendary. He transformed himself from a scared, overweight kid who couldn't run a mile into a Navy SEAL, ultra-endurance athlete, world record holder, and one of the toughest humans alive. And no, it wasn't luck, it was pure mental warfare. Relentless, brutal, and intentional. So what's the secret? It starts with something Goggins calls the 40% rule. This is a game changer. He says when your mind tells you, I'm done, you're only at 40% of your potential. That means you have 60% more power left in the tank. You just have to break through the mental barrier. Mind-blowing, right? Think about that the next time you want to quit, during a workout, at work, or dealing with a tough situation. Your brain is literally lying to you, trying to protect you by convincing you to stop because it wants comfort, not growth. But you've got to tell it to shut up and push harder. Now, here's where it gets brutal. Goggins teaches us to callous your mind. Just like your hands get tougher after hard manual labor, your brain grows stronger by facing pain and discomfort head on. Stop running from pain. Chase it. Suffer through it. That's how you grow. That's how you evolve. And don't get me wrong, it's not some feel-good self-help fluff. It's brutal. You're gonna hate parts of this process. You'll want to quit more than once. But here's the payoff. Every time you push through, you win a battle in your mind that makes the next one easier. One of the coolest and most practical tools Goggins shares is the accountability mirror. No, it's not just a cheesy pep talk. It's hardcore honesty. You look yourself dead in the eye every day and admit where you've been weak, lazy, or lying to yourself. Then, you commit to fixing it, no excuses, no sugarcoating. Imagine waking up every day and having that honest conversation with yourself. Sounds harsh? Absolutely. But that's exactly where real change starts, brutal self-truth. And when life slams you down, or you feel like you'll never get through the next challenge, Goggins has this idea called the cookie jar. And no, it's not about eating cookies, sorry to disappoint. It's your mental bank of every victory you've had so far, times you pushed through pain, overcame setbacks, or accomplished something you thought impossible. When you hit rock bottom, when your motivation is gone, reach into that jar. Remember those wins. Tell yourself, if I made it through that, I can make it through this. It's a powerful mental reset. Another legendary concept from Goggins is taking souls. This means outworking, outlasting, and outperforming people who doubt you or expect you to fail. It's a way to flip the script, steal their energy, and turn it into fuel for your own fire. Next time someone counts you out, use it as motivation to go harder, get stronger, and prove them wrong. But let's be honest, mental toughness isn't built overnight. Goggins didn't just wake up one day and become a superhuman. He started with baby steps. Waking up earlier, running a little further than the day before, choosing to push through pain instead of quitting. It's those small, consistent daily battles that add up over time. Here's a huge takeaway. Comfort is your enemy. We all get stuck in easy routines, avoid challenges, and settle for less because it's comfortable. Goggins completely shatters that mindset. He tells us to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's where growth happens. That's where you become more than who you were yesterday. One of the most incredible parts of Goggins' story is how he used suffering to fuel his transformation. When he failed the military entrance tests, when he was hospitalized multiple times during ultramarathons, he didn't give up. Instead, he leaned into the pain, made suffering his ally, and kept moving forward. There's a lesson here: your greatest pain can become your greatest power. And before I forget, your environment matters massively. Goggins didn't surround himself with people who coddled him or enabled his excuses. He sought out brutal mentors, harsh trainers, and put himself into situations that forced him to level up. If you want mental toughness, you've got to do the same. Surround yourself with people and challenges that push you beyond your limits. Let's talk about the role of discipline. Goggins reminds us that motivation is unreliable; it comes and goes like the weather. Discipline, on the other hand, is consistent. Discipline means showing up even when you don't feel like it, doing the work because you promised yourself you would, no matter what. Here's an example. Goggins ran over 100 miles in a 24-hour race with broken bones and a torn Achilles tendon. He didn't rely on motivation; he relied on discipline and sheer willpower. That's the level of commitment mental toughness requires. Another tool Goggins uses is visualization, but not the fluffy kind. He mentally rehearsed every brutal moment he would face: pain, exhaustion, failure, so when it happened, he was ready. Visualization builds resilience by preparing your mind to expect and conquer suffering rather than panic. So, what does a day in Goggins' life actually look like? He wakes up early, often before dawn, and gets straight into physical training. Running, cycling, weightlifting, pushing his body to the edge and beyond. This physical suffering trains his mind just as much as his muscles. But it's not just about physical pain. Goggins is constantly pushing his mental boundaries, reading, reflecting, setting bigger goals, and holding himself accountable through brutal honesty. It's a full mind-body approach. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds amazing, but it's too intense for me. And that's totally fine. Goggins isn't asking you to become a Navy SEAL tomorrow. He's showing you a mindset, a way to approach challenges and pain that anyone can start building right now. Start small. Find your own cookie jar moments. Get honest with yourself in your own accountability mirror. Push a little harder when you want to quit. And most importantly, embrace discomfort as a sign that you're growing. To wrap this up, mental toughness isn't about being invincible or never feeling pain or fear. It's about mastering those feelings and not letting them control you. It's about turning your mind into your greatest weapon. If you're ready to take control, to push past your limits, and become unbreakable, then David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me is your blueprint. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more raw and real mindset content, and drop a comment below. What's one pain or challenge you're ready to turn into power? Thanks for watching. Remember, pain is temporary, but mental toughness lasts forever. You can't hurt me, and once you master your mind, you can't hurt yourself either.